Pennies and Pencils. My name's Roxanne. Welcome here if you're new. This is our channel for myself and my family to remain accountable for our money, our budget, to ensure that we are moving forward in our life without debt, without stress about money, so that my children have a good understanding of budgeting, prioritising their money, prioritising the essentials, savings, and then the non-essentials. So it's very lovely to be here on this video with you all today. I don't know how this is going to go. It's very, very warm. We are up in the Midlands, in the hottest part of the country right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Last night at 10 to 8, it was 33 degrees outside and 28 degrees inside my house. Like, that's ridiculous. I was in Turkey only a few weeks ago and it wasn't that hot over there. Everyone moans, don't they, in the UK? Oh, it's too hot, it's too cold, it rains too much. But we're just not built for this heat. I will take a cold day any day. Give me a cold day and some blankets and an excuse to stay in and snuggle up, hot chocolate, book, film. That's my vibe. This heat, where my skin feels like it's going to melt off of my body, it's not it. So yes, we will see how we go. Apologies if I have to keep pausing to have a drink. Right, I've had some feedback about some of my videos, which is very helpful. So this lovely thing here, I've not touched it because it keeps moving and I haven't got any blue tack yet. So this is my lovely little thing. You know whose video you're watching now. So I'm going to move it out of the way so it doesn't move around and wind people up. Also, I need to make sure that I put my notes all the same way around, because that also apparently annoys people. It's not something I'd considered, and I think probably also because I don't have a cash tray yet, that's probably also not helping. So this video will be possibly introducing 1 or 2 new binders. We need to unstuff some cash because I've paid for some things on the card that I didn't necessarily intend to but had to. I'm going to be honest, guys. Last week I kind of broke the budget. This week is really bad. But I've got a plan and next week's budget is looking better. So I know where I'm going wrong. I know the things that I need to rein in or alter slightly, and I've already started working on July's budget and working out where we're going, what we're doing. So yeah, that's absolutely great, and I'm gonna really try hard to stop saying I'm so sorry. So if there are some pauses, it's because I'm trying to put my words in the correct order. So I need to unstuff. We went to the dentist and Steve and I have to pay for the dentist on the NHS tiering system, but I ended up paying for that on the card. So we need to go to this sensible binder. I've taken some stickers off. I've left some of the stickers on, some of them, and some of them, they're all going to be changed around once I've had my birthday, because I've got some new inserts and envelopes and bits and pieces coming as part of my birthday present. So you will see as we go through just how much I've had to unstuff because of the budget. Right, this is mine. It's very large. Thanks, Jenna. You did warn me it was going to be large. It is large, but it's okay. Maybe I just need to see if I can get like a little handbag strap. I think that's probably what I need. So the beautiful little purse that I got in Greece a few years ago, that's now living in a drawer, all sad and neglected. And I have got this. So my mum bought me, or said to me, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, oh, I really wanted a binder or a purse. So she said, well, find it and I'll transfer you the money. as of yet, I'm still waiting to receive said money transfer. So that's partly why my budget's a little bit down. So yes, this is an A6 ripple binder envelope style purse binder. It's very lovely. We've got space over here for cards. It's got a little pocket under there. Obviously space for all of your wallets. And then more places over here for more cards. Little zip. I was thinking about keeping my coins in here, but I don't know whether it just needs working in a bit. But that's not very good for coins at the moment. Another pocket there, and a massive pocket at the back, which is really helpful. So my oldest and Steve, they both receive disability benefits, so I keep at least one of their awards for that in my purse, because if we go somewhere and they do discount for carers, I will absolutely make use of that discount. So I always keep at least one of their award letters in there, and that is just another way that helps us as a family to access things when we wouldn't necessarily be able to because of the cost of it. It also means that I can, so say my brother's here from the army, I can take him with me and we don't pay for him. He comes as a second carer, which helps me because Steve has chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME, which is myalgic encephalomyelitis. I can never say the second word. Ends in myelitis, and he can become quite exhausted very quickly from doing not a lot. So if we were to go to a big play area, it's really helpful to have another adult. I'm quite often pulled away by Elliot, and Steve will be struggling. So having another adult who can either go and handle ordering food, getting drinks, taking, making sure somebody's got an appropriate adult to go to the toilet or something, or who can go off with Elliot if I am needing to deal with dysregulation, anxiety or anything in Bella, but also Imogen. Imogen also has quite a lot of struggles in the world, so we haven't applied for DLA for her. Might be something I do in the future. At the moment I'm dealing with the HCPs, and that's enough right now. So yes, so we take that, and that helps us. There's lots of places that will provide free carers or discounted carers, and it just means that it's really helpful for us to be able to access activities and family trips and things without as much cost. So I appreciate not everybody can do that, and it's hard. The cost of living is just ridiculous, and this is why a lot of us are budgeting to make sure that we can afford the nice things, and that's just one little extra thing that helps us to afford those things. So in here we have last week's food money. There's a little bit left. Now what I would like to be doing each week is whatever's left is rolling it into a challenge. This week I've blown the budget, can't do that, so we're going to add this to this week's money. So let's, not going to add the shrapnel, that's just, it's not what I'm about. So we've got £2, £3, £4, £5, 50. Right, £5.50 there. I'm sorry about all the banging, which will go into this budget in a second. Is there anything else I need to on stuff? Fuel that we for this week we've already spent fuel. I did that on the card. House stones, that's not getting stuffed this week. Personal, that didn't get stuffed last week, is also not getting stuffed this week. Darcy and Zeus have got their food for the month. The children have spent their money, and they are not getting spending money this week. which is not very much fun, but that's just the way it is. It's the way it is. We ended up, what have we spent out on this week? Let's work out the money, and then I will talk to you about what we spent. So I hope these are all around the right way so that yeah. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, £5.50. That's what we've got for the week. We have got fuel in the car, so I'm not panicking too much, and lots of provisions and things have actually been called off this week because of the heat. So Eli doesn't have football this week. He will be going to parkour tonight because it's fully air conditioned. Imogen's horse riding has been moved to 7:30 in the morning tomorrow, and Bella is at her provision now, but she started at 7 this morning, and I'm picking her up at 12:30. With Bella, I worry a little bit more. She has kidney dysplasia, which means one of her kidneys hasn't grown properly. It doesn't function to its full potential. She suffers from recurrent UTIs, and she has an idiopathic bowel, which means it doesn't work properly, and they don't know why it doesn't work properly. She spent a lot of her younger years, literally right up until COVID, so till she was 10, on laxatives, struggling with horrendous constipation. So I do worry in the heat that if she's not drinking enough, she's at risk of constipation, she's at risk of a UTI, she's at risk of dehydration, and if she gets a UTI and it's not picked up quickly, because she's had so many of them, she doesn't show symptoms until it's really bad. So she can end up with a kidney infection quite easily, which is not ideal, because then she ends up with more scarring on the kidney and it has even less function. So I spoke to her provider today and just said, look, I don't want her out in the fields for long sun exposure. She needs to be in the stables doing things with the horses rather than out in the field picking up poo, which is very much part of the job and not something she's normally bothered about. But in this heat, absolutely not. The exposure is just not worth the risk for anybody, but especially for Bella today. So my plan is, with my £135.50, we are going to put £125.50 into the shopping. Now we have got food left over. I still have, Bella's got plenty of noodles. There's still quite a few pizzas and bits and pieces in the freezer. Because we've not really been hungry, the meat that I'd bought and planned for this week hasn't really been eaten. So we've still got loads of chicken breasts, we've got whole chicken, we've got mince. So I've got lots of things to make meals. Our problem is because nobody's really very hungry, we're ending up popping to the shop for little things because everyone's like, oh, can we just have some cheese and crackers? I've gone through so much cheese and crackers. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear for the next few days whilst the heat is here, and just whatever anybody wants to eat, they can eat. And I'm hoping that this will mean that my next week's food shopping is actually much easier, because I've already got a lot of meat in the freezer, and I've got like packets of like the, you know, you put the chicken in the bag and the seasoning and you cook that. So yeah, we can eat that, and that will be all good. I will need to top up on things like pasta and rice. So that is what we will need to do with that. But I hope it's going to be okay. As I said, fuel already done. None of this was getting stuffed this week. There's just no money in the budget. There would have been, but there's not, and that's just the way it is. We're gonna roll with it. So my lovely brother came to see me from the army for the weekend, and he's having an issue with his budgeting. And so he said to me, oh, can you chuck me fuel? And I was like, yeah, not a problem. I'll chuck you 20 quid for fuel, and you can come and spend the weekend with us, because we had the carnival on. And that was a lovely day. The feeling of knowing that I had the money in my binders for our day out so that we could go and do whatever we wanted was absolutely incredible. and we even came home with a little bit of money, which then ended up being spent on ice creams. So that was really nice. And then he said to me, "Oh, are you paying for me to get home as well?" I was like, I hadn't budgeted for that, mate. So this is why in this binder we have nothing in there, basically. So clothes didn't get stuffed because I'd already spent more than I should have the week before. Hair, Eli's had his haircut. Health, that's gone into this week's food shopping. Car, that's where my brother's fuel money came from. So car's now empty. So my windscreen wipers and my tyres can weigh a bit longer. The only thing I have not touched, and I'm really proud of actually, is the emergency fund, because the things that we have spent money on, they haven't been genuine, proper emergencies. They're annoying, unbudgeted spends, and I've taken them from other places, but I have made sure that this is literally for an emergency. Like, say one of the kids, no, I'm not even going to say it because then it'll happen. But there's a genuine emergency. I have money in here, and that's the only other thing I'm stuffing this week with my sole other £10. I could have put that into the food shop and not put something in there, but I thought, no, we need to learn to live more within the budget. Therefore, I am stuffing the emergency fund. And I was watching, is it Nikki over at Cash But Cute? I'm so sorry if I've just got your name wrong. I'm trying to get everybody's names and their channels all together, and I'm struggling. And I would just like to say as well, Nurse on a Budget, thank you so much for sharing my channel on your Instagram. I am now over double digits in my subscribers. It is so lovely to have all these new subscribers. Hello to everybody. We're on lucky number 13 today, and everyone's probably like, what are you on about? 13s follow myself and my husband. 13 is our number. He proposed to me on the 13th, and here we are all these years later. He, get this, he is the 13th child. Isabella is the 13th grandchild on his side. She was born on the 13th, in the 13th hour of labour. 13s, they're good. They follow us. And he lived in house number 13. He didn't even want to tell me that in case I was superstitious when we first got together. So, yes, 13 is a great number for me. I'm very happy that we've got to 13. So, let's do... I've got this lovely tracker, which I'm not sure who this designer is, because I didn't buy this. But whoever you are, whoever you made this, it's lovely. And I've decided that each little segment is going to be £10, because that's what I'm stuffing each week. So we can colour in 3 of these. As you've just seen, I've opened myself some permanent markers, because I had some other pens that I bought from Amazon, and they're rubbish. They don't even go on there. So I'm going to use these cheapy. I can't afford Sharpies. So we went with £2.50 from B&M. Let's go with blue first. So what else have we had to spend out for? So Eli's parkour, I think I said last week, I had to spend, it was going to cost, they wanted a month up front for his last month's, as in when he eventually leaves, the last month. Then they needed money from a yearly annual membership for the Parkour Association or whatever it is, plus the rest of this month. So that ended up being just over £80, and then they want July's fees on the 1st of July. So I've paid triple what I was expecting to pay this month just for Eli's parkour. And then on top of that, the football coach decided to email us and say, oh, I'm increasing the fees by £10. So can you pay me an extra £20 for what you owe because you've started at the end of a block and there's a new block, and then the new block's going to be an extra £10 on top of the 50 you've already budgeted. So, like, I don't mind the kids doing all these things, but I wish everybody could just make it very clear from the offset what we're paying. So we're going to do 3 of these because I already had £20 in there from what we've stuffed in our last 2 weeks. Should we go with the green next? This is very nice. This is very therapeutic. I watch everybody else doing this and I'm like, oh, I want to start doing that. So thank you very, very much for the lovely Jenna over at Life with Jenna for loaning me some trackers and things until I get myself enough money, or somebody pays me some birthday money or something to order my own. Let's hope that doesn't smudge. So there we are, my £30 in my emergency fund. Even saying that I have an emergency fund, that still blows my mind. So yeah, that's it. That's all that's in there. There's nothing hiding in here anymore because I found some wallets and added the wallets in that should have been for there. So that's that. Was there anything else I wanted to show you guys? So I have had a move around of my binders. I want to do a proper binder tour when I've had my birthday and all the things arrive. However, I will just show you this lovely white one I got from Vinted. There's a few little marks. They're like orange. Don't know if anybody can see that, but I'm not bothered. I paid like £8 for this. Everyone's got a red one for Christmas, but this reminds me of snow. So this is going to be my Christmas binder. It is currently empty. Like empty. There's nothing in it. And we've got, this is our annual binder, I think, or what I'm calling events. So I think I've shown you guys this one before. This is birthdays and then all of the holidays, so bar Christmas. So all of that will go in there, and I've got lots of lovely things coming for in here. And then this one, which was my weekly binder, has become family, holidays, memories. So I've changed our going out money to family fun because that just seems right. However, that's not getting stuffed this week, so we won't be having any fun unless it's free this week. And then we booked a trip to Italy for next year. So I won't be stuffing this with to pay off the actual holiday because that's on direct debit. However, my husband keeps sending me reel after reel after reel of the things we can do in Italy. So we are going to save lots of money. We're going self-catering because after the nonsense with Turkey, I have realised that as a family we just need to do self-catering. There are far too many issues around food for us to do all-inclusive. However, we are massive pizza and pasta fans, so I think we're going to be okay in Italy. I saw a reel the other day where they have a lemon and they put ice cream in the lemon and it just looks incredible. Like, I could eat that right now. That would be so refreshing. Actually, do you know what is really refreshing? And I can't get one because I don't live in Devon anymore. There's a place called the Orange Elephant. Now, anybody who has been to Devon and found this amazing little place or lives in Devon and knows of the Orange Elephant, they do the most amazing ice cream, and it's all made on their farm and all of the rest of it, and they think up the most amazing flavours. And one year we went and I had an elderflower and gin ice cream. That's what I need in my life right now. But I can't have one because I don't live in Devon because I moved to the Midlands. Oh well. So when I did my order for my wallet envelope binder, my purse, I ended up with another set of these, which are absolutely beautiful. So we have just popped that in there for when we are going to Italy to remind me that that's what we're doing. I'm hoping to get another envelope in here for camping. Obviously, depending on how the budget goes, we want to go and do some camping in the tent that we bought. It's currently erected in the garden, although it's too hot to go in it. So But yeah, we want to do that at some point as well. So when I eventually do some challenges, I do have a challenge binder, and Jenna has sent me lots of little bits and pieces. These, I don't know who all of them are necessarily from, so I really apologise if you see something you go, oh, she hasn't mentioned me. It's because I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So I've got lots of little minis here, and some of these, possibly all of them actually, are from the Budget Vlogger. And I've got these two which are from JJ Beautiful Budgets. So I wasn't going to do minis, and now I'm going to kind of have to because there's so many there. This is a budget with Ira, I believe, possibly, not sure. It doesn't actually have the name on there, so I don't know. And then I've got a load in there that I haven't actually yet decided when I'm going to do them. This is a lovely dashboard from Budget Vlogger as well. I have been loaned this one, very excited. I need to get some dice. Jenna, you didn't send me the dice, so I need to get some dice. So that's got a little pocket there. And then the budgeting, I don't know, I can't see what the last word is. Budgeting, these came out of Bella's binder that she now doesn't use because I've got it, because she said she prefers to have her cash, her money in her bank. We've got a Christmas challenge, so I might just use that for the Christmas money from now on, and then we can do like a reallocation. That might be fun. We've got this one from, is that Studio Budgets, and that one is there. So that actually needs to go on there, doesn't it? Not done a very good job. Oh no, that's why that didn't go there, because the things are in the wrong place. They didn't fit, and it can't go in there, it's too big. So that will just sit in the back until I'm ready to do that one. Summer holidays. Now obviously we don't do official proper summer holidays because the children aren't in school. However, what I might do is use this towards our Italy savings, because that is going to be a big holiday for next year. So I might use that one for specifically for Italy. And then this one, and no, she is not getting another puppy. Just ignore my daughter and her crazy aspirations. That girl will have 30 dogs by the time she's 25 if she has her way. This is this Budget Vlogger? It is Budget Vlogger. Again, I need to get some dice, so like I said, these probably won't start getting done until July because I just do not have any money in the budget. But that looks really fun. And then I've got this one, which is a budget with Ira, and this looks really fun. I'm not sure how much. I could make this be quite a big saver again for Italy, and because it's like a monthly one, I'll have to do 1 month, 2 months in one, but I could do that as a nice big saver for Italy. So that's quite cute. And then we've got an autism one, because obviously, and this one I think, hello Elliot, this one could be quite a big saver, and this one, just by the looks of what everybody else has done. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, we will be doing that when there is some money in the budget. And like I say, I will do a proper set up my budgets, my binders with me on another video. Hello, Elliot. Yes, those are Mummy's pens. You gonna say hello? Wiggle your hands. Say hello. No? Right. So that's it, guys. I think I'm done. It's a very sad budget for this week, but it is the way it is. Blue, yellow, orange, red, green, purple. That one's pink. And what colour? Blue again. Yay! Well done. Paint? No, they're pens. We're not going to do them yet. So, yes, we will see you again next week. I hope you're all well. I hope you're not melting. Anybody who's got a pool, don't tell me, because I don't have a pool, because I spent stupid amounts of money on stones. So I now don't have a pool, and I'm sweaty, and I'm hot, and I'm very angry about it. But I hope everybody is enjoying their pools. Just don't tell me about it, because I can't deal with it. And thank you for everybody who's subscribed. I will be going and watching a load of new channels over the next week. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next week with hopefully better looking budget and cash stuffing. Thanks guys, bye.